Number 10. Pirate Model. Kelly Russell, a 31-year-old woman from Dallas, surrendered herself to the police after she was caught on video stealing over $5,000 worth of packages from her own neighbors. This was back in 2018 when porch pirates really started becoming a thing. Kelly was actually one of the very first people to be called a porch pirate by the media, helping to coin the phrase for future thieves. Because this was at the beginning of the wild crime craze that would see thousands of packages stolen from doorsteps, she managed to get away with it for quite some time. But she didn't get away with it forever. When Kelly was arrested on a totally unrelated traffic violation on January 11th, the police searched her home. They discovered a massive number of stolen packages valued over $5,000. However, they believe the amount of the property she stole could have been worth up to $30,000. There was undoubtedly more stuff she had stolen previously that the cops didn't find at her apartment. According to her neighbor, who watched the police take the stolen things out of her apartment, there was so much stuff that it filled 2 trunks and 2 back seats of a pair of police cruisers. In her defense, Carrie said she had fallen on hard times. She had medical bills, she needed to pay for overnight hospital stays, and she couldn't even afford a car even though she worked 3 jobs. And so, like so many other people who fell on hard times, she resorted to stealing things from people's porches. In the end, she was sentenced to 2 years behind bars. Number 9. Revenge of the FedEx driver. On Tuesday, December 17, 2019, in Philadelphia, a FedEx driver was shot while trying to make a delivery to somebody's house. It was about 7 o'clock at night when the driver parked outside the home and walked up to deliver the package. What he didn't know was that a robber was waiting there to steal whatever the driver was delivering. But rather than wait until the driver dropped the package and left, the thief pulled out a gun and shot the man in the abdomen. In a twist of events, the injured driver then pulled out his own gun and shot the porch pirate. This was like a scene from a really bad movie. The injured thief, even with several bullets in him, hobbled away with the stolen items. Police tracked him down in no time, as he didn't get very far and was bleeding to death. They took him to a local hospital, where he was pronounced dead shortly after. But the driver managed to pull through, as he was also taken to the hospital, where he recovered from his injuries. As for whether or not FedEx drivers are allowed to be cruising around with weapons, we don't actually know. A FedEx spokesperson said they were not at the liberty to discuss the details of internal policies. In other words, your FedEx driver could very well be driving around with a shotgun on the passenger seat. Number 8. Dirty diapers. In response to a particularly creative revenge against a porch pirate, police in Hazelwood, Missouri, have discouraged the transfer of body fluids. Their warning came after a Missouri family had 2 packages stolen from their porch in less than a week. Security footage from their house showed the same thief sneaking onto their porch in broad daylight and stealing the stuff they had ordered online. The mother of the household, who was asked not to be named, said that she felt violated and that she and her family wanted revenge. So, in December of 2019, they set a trap. They planted a package on their porch specifically for the thief to steal. But as you can probably guess already, there was nothing in the package the thief could sell. The family put a pair of dirty diapers in it, filled the diapers inside out, and then sealed them in the Amazon box and left it by the door. Right on time, the thief returned the next day. They stole the clever packages full of feces, a special surprise from the mother's infant daughter. And as an extra kick in the pants, the family turned their surveillance footage over to the police. The cops managed to track the suspect down a few days later and arrest her for theft. Number 7. Porch bomb. Traylon Mason was the young man who became the victim of a deadly package bomb in Austin, Texas. He was described by Austin Police Chief Brian Manley as an outstanding young man, a guy who was really going places in life. But on Monday morning in March of 2018, his life ended when a package exploded. The package that killed Traylon was one of 3 that exploded in the Texas capital over a period of 10 days. 2 people were killed and 5 others were injured, all because of an insane backwards porch pirate who was leaving deadly explosives at people's front doors. The devices inside the packages were pipe bombs rigged to explode the second they were opened. Traylon had no idea that when he picked up the package and took it inside, his curiosity would set off a bomb directly in his face. An exhaustive police investigation finally led authorities to the bomber, a man named Mark Anthony Condit. Just as the police were closing in on him, He recorded a 25-minute confession on his phone, though he never explained why he targeted his victims. The packages seemed to be dropped off completely at random. The police caught him leaving the hotel, followed him along the interstate, and then Mark crashed into a ditch and was blown up by his very last explosive device. Number 6. An unexpected thief. It was late 2021 when a woman in Connecticut became the victim of a porch pirate. Betsy Lockhart had previously installed a doorbell camera for this very situation. Porch pirates had been plaguing her neighborhood, and she wanted to be able to have video evidence if it happened to her. But here's where things get hilarious. She knew the package had been delivered on a Monday. It was a gift she purchased for herself, a pair of hoop earrings from a store on Amazon that she picked up for a sweet Black Friday deal. But when she got home to pick up the package, it was no longer on her porch. She was furious and went immediately to the footage from her doorbell camera. Lo and behold, she had her porch pirate red-handed. But this was no deranged thief peeling away in a broken-down Pontiac. It was a possum. Betsy was literally robbed by a possum. He scrambled onto the porch, grabbed her package with the earrings in it, and then took off. Betsy's husband looked all through the night with a flashlight for the possum. The pair reached out to the neighbors, but the thief was long gone. They never found the box, and they never saw the possum again. The little bugger had gotten away with her $90 earrings. So if you see a possum scurrying around with hoops, you know where he got them. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen checking the footage from your doorbell camera? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Number 5. Insane Ohio crime spree. Melissa Bergman of Mason, Ohio, went on an insane 2-day crime spree in which she stole packages from at least 12 houses. She was convicted of 12 misdemeanor counts of theft in 2017 and has since spoken out about the incident that landed her 30 days in jail. First, Melissa apologized on Facebook. Then she went on live TV and tried to explain why she ran around the neighborhood for 2 days stealing as many packages as she could find. Melissa admitted that what she did was wrong, but that her head wasn't in the right place. At her initial trial, she had tried to plead not guilty by reason of insanity. However, the court quickly threw that out because it was pretty clear she wasn't mentally deranged. She may have been a bit brain dead from stealing packages from people, but she wasn't criminally insane. The truth is that Melissa did have some mental issues, but not in the way you might be thinking. She's a military veteran who served in Afghanistan and suffers from PTSD. She believes that after she stole the first package, mind you with her kids sitting in the backseat of her minivan, she became hyper-focused and couldn't stop. She told her interviewers on WLWT that it was the same kind of excitement she got in Afghanistan when put into a life-or-death situation. It was a thrill she'd been lacking ever since getting back from overseas, and she just ran with it. Still, that doesn't excuse her poor behavior. It also doesn't excuse the fact that after she was arrested for being a porch pirate, she was charged in a different case for stealing a credit card from a man she met at a hotel. Number 4. Stuck in the snow. A man in Brampton, Ontario was arrested in early January of 2021 when his getaway vehicle got stuck in the snow. The 33-year-old thief had been in the process of stealing a package off someone's porch when their car became immobilized. You see, he had parked on a curb, but driven into a huge load of snow. The thief grabbed the package, got back in his Toyota Yaris, and never made it back onto the street. Luckily for all of us at home, the epic fail was caught on camera. The victim of the thief walked onto his porch and started filming. He called the thief dumb and laughed as he got himself unstuck and peeled backward, only to plow into a snowbank and get stuck yet again. The victim called the police. The man got out of his car and tried to push it free, but it was all in vain. The police showed up several minutes later, and the thief was still struggling to get his car off the snowbank. He was arrested on the spot, then later charged with 1 count of fraud and 1 count of theft. Plus, his car definitely got towed, which means he couldn't have got it out of the impound again without paying a huge fee. Number 3. A bad choice of shirts. A porch pirate in South Carolina showed up to his court hearing wearing the exact same shirt that he wore while stealing packages. He went on a crime spree in the Goose Creek neighborhood wearing a very distinctive green shirt with a North Face logo on it. He was caught on camera driving around on his bicycle and stealing things off people's porches. He was so easily identifiable that the cops had no problem tracking him down and making an arrest. But here's where things just get silly. If he was hoping to walk out of the courtroom a free man, he probably should have at least changed his shirt or tried to put it inside out. He showed up to court and stood before the judge wearing the exact same shirt he was wearing when the police arrested him days before. We don't know what kind of sentence he got for his thievery. However, a Facebook post from the Goose Creek Police Department said, "Sometimes people actually do make our job easy." Number 2. Foiled by a teenager. A man in Utah got creative in late 2021 when they found themselves on the wrong side of a porch pirate's thievery. Justin Bankhead was furious after several packages were stolen right from in front of his house. In just 1 week, he had several $100s worth of goods stolen from his own property. He offered a reward of $500 for any information that could lead to the person, and it was his son who took him up on the offer. His 14-year-old kid came up with a scheme to catch the thief in the act. Cody Bankhead set up a fake package with a GPS tracking device in it. Early on Monday morning, a man drove up to the house, ran up the stairs, and swiped the cardboard box. The family pulled up the tracking information and called the cops. They were then able to track the suspect's movements as he fled, relating them in real time to the police. The cops easily pulled him over and arrested him for theft, and Cody earned the $500 award for catching the crook. And number 1, wardrobe malfunction. A porch pirate in Texas had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction while in the middle of committing a crime. It was March 10th, 2021. The woman was in such a rush to steal the package from a stranger's front stoop in broad daylight that she didn't seem to mind the fact that her ladies were hanging out of her shirt. Yes, the woman ran up to the front of the house with her crop top malfunctioning and a girl's free and flailing with her frantic motions. She also happened to be in sweatpants and bare feet, and she wasn't wearing a bra. Now, the thief is obviously allowed to wear whatever she wants. It's just a little funny that her half-naked daylight robbery was caught on a doorbell camera and then uploaded for millions of Americans to watch and laugh at. The homeowner gave the footage to the police, who were working to track the thief down. They got a pretty good look at her face in the vehicle, as well as some parts she would probably have preferred to keep to herself. Thanks for watching. Would you rather get all of your Christmas packages stolen 1 year, or not be able to order anything on Amazon for 6 months? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. See you next time.